Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Benjamin Franklin. His words still echo centuries later, perhaps more relevant now than ever. Today we live in a world designed for ease, one-click ordering, algorithmic comfort, and frictionless lives. But beneath the surface, a dangerous trade is unfolding. One most people never consciously sign, yet one they make every single day. Freedom is swapped instantly for comfort. Let's have a talk. The tension between freedom and comfort is not a new phenomenon. History is full of moments where societies willingly gave up autonomy for the illusion of peace, often discovering too late that both were lost. Franklin's warning wasn't just philosophical, it was prophetic. When comfort becomes the goal, freedom becomes negotiable. And in an age where convenience is engineered into every corner of our lives, that negotiation is constant, quiet, and alarmingly easy to ignore. We're not being dragged, we're volunteering. It's easy to imagine a world where freedom is stolen from us, where some villain takes it away. But the truth is, no one's dragging us into this. We're walking into it ourselves, every single day. No one's holding a gun to our heads. We choose to scroll instead of reflect. We decide to binge watch instead of confronting silence. We click I agree on every app and website without thinking twice. It's not that we don't care, it's that the alternative feels too exhausting. Because let's be honest, awareness is hard. Taking responsibility is uncomfortable. Facing your thoughts without distraction, that's brutal sometimes. So instead, we reach for what's easy. We choose comfort over clarity. As Aldous Huxley once wrote in Brave New World, people will come to love their oppression, to adore the technologies that undo their capacities to think. And that's exactly what's happening. The tools we use to make life easier are quietly making us passive. Not because they're evil, but because they're so good at keeping us entertained, distracted, and numb. It's not a dystopian future, it's the now. And the scariest part, we're not fighting it. We're clicking on the next episode. The design is the trap. Everything around us is built to feel helpful, but if you look closely, it's training us in ways we rarely question. School doesn't just teach you math or grammar, it teaches you to sit still, follow rules, raise your hand, and wait for permission. From a young age, we're taught that success means fitting in, not speaking up. Then we grow up and get jobs that reward us for showing up on time, following orders, and meeting deadlines. Not for thinking differently or challenging the system. Most of us aren't told to ask why. We're told just to get it done. And then there's social media, the place where we're all performing, not connecting. We share what looks good, not what's real. We follow trends, filter our faces, and chase likes. It's not about reflection or self-growth anymore. It's about attention. Over time, this constant pressure to keep up, fit in, and follow along chips away at your ability to think for yourself. You start letting apps decide what matters to you, what news you see, what products you want, and even what kind of person you should be. It's subtle but powerful. And here's the dangerous part. Every time you choose the shortcut, the quicker option, the algorithm's suggestion, the fast answer, you forget that a deeper, slower, more actual path even exists. So no, the system isn't holding us down with force. It's guiding us gently into forgetting how to stand up. Death by 1,000 comforts. The scary part about losing freedom today isn't that it gets ripped away from us, it's that it slowly fades and we barely notice. You don't wake up one morning without your voice. It starts small. You let a comment slide. You avoid hard conversations. You scroll instead of reflect. And before you know it, you've stopped questioning altogether because comfort has become enough. We no longer dramatically lose our rights. No sirens, no crackdowns. We lose them in tiny moments when we trade time for a dopamine hit. When we say whatever instead of why. When we pick convenience every single time. It happens in the apps we can't stop checking, in the content designed to keep us scrolling, and in the quiet decisions to ignore what's hard, as long as it keeps us cozy. And no, these things aren't evil. TikTok isn't plotting your downfall. Food delivery isn't the enemy. The problem is, we've stopped asking, what's the cost of all this ease? So now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about what comfort is really doing to us. Not just on the surface, but deep down, in our attention, our resilience, our ability to choose discomfort when it counts. Because here's the truth, comfort isn't killing us with pain. It's killing us with pleasure. Quietly, and think about it. How often do we pause to question the cost of the easy life we're living? When your phone predicts your every move or your streaming service queues up shows before you ask, it feels like magic. But as author Charles Duhigg reminds us, the ability to choose your response to any given situation is the heart of real freedom. Are we really choosing or just surrendering bits of ourselves in exchange for convenience? What if I told you that the conveniences you rely on most could be quietly reshaping your mindset and habits, making you less focused, less independent, and less resilient? Would you still trade so willingly, or would you want to take a closer look before handing over those pieces of your life? Comfort isn't free, it's a transaction. Every time you hit skip on a long line, let your phone remind you what to do, or binge watch a show to unwind, you're making a trade. It might feel small, even invisible, but the truth is, you're exchanging something precious. As philosopher Eric Hoffer once said, the ability to give and to receive is the essence of life. Yet what happens when what we receive comes at the cost of what we give away? Our focus, our privacy, our autonomy? We live in a world designed to steal our attention and package it as entertainment. It's personalized to your tastes, automated to your habits, and reliable, so you never have to think twice. But this silent transaction chips away at your ability to engage deeply, to think critically, and to stand independently. Most don't notice because it's so pleasurable, like sugar in a cup of tea, sweet but with a hidden cost. Is it really worth it to sacrifice your resilience just to avoid a moment of frustration? The next time your phone distracts you from a complex thought, or your smart home takes over a task you could do yourself, ask, what am I giving up? The courage to be uncomfortable. Discomfort isn't the enemy, it's a guide. It's the signal your mind and body send when you're at the edge of growth. The great writer Rainer Maria Rilke once urged, be patient toward all that is unsolved in your heart and try to love the questions themselves. That's the courage to sit with discomfort, to recognize it as the path to truth and transformation. However, our culture sends a conflicting message. We treat boredom like an illness to be cured instantly with noise, distraction, or endless scrolling. Stillness feels like failure. Doubt becomes something to drown out rather than explore. We forget that absolute freedom isn't about eliminating pain or difficulty. It's about embracing them because they matter. So next time you feel the urge to run from what's hard, pause and ask yourself, what if this discomfort is precisely what I need? Because on the other side of that struggle is a freedom money can't buy and convenience can't offer. Are you free or just comfortable? This might be the most challenging question you ever ask yourself. If you've never chosen discomfort intentionally, if you've never said yes to the hard path because you believed in something bigger, then maybe your freedom is an illusion. Philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre once said, freedom is what you do with what's been done to you. But what if what's been done to you is creating a false sense of ease that's holding you back? The question now is, are you ready to step outside your comfort zone and discover what freedom truly feels like? Or will you stay inside, wrapped in the soft blanket of convenience, missing out on the life waiting beyond the walls? If this made you pause, think, or feel something stir deep inside, you're not alone. These are the questions more of us need to be asking. Like this video and subscribe to get thoughtful insights delivered straight to you.